Brandon with Implementation Specialist. Thank you for joining our webinar here today on everything you need to know about our GPUC event next week. Just to let you know, we are recording this webinar, so if you have others within your organization that will be attending, or you're thinking about attending, you'll get a copy of this recording by tomorrow. So please don't hesitate to share appropriate or accordingly. Today, between Deb and myself, we're going to talk about all things GPUC and get you going and ready. We are beyond excited for next week, and so I'm just going to hand it right over to you, Deb, and Let's talk GPUC.
Thanks, Brandon. I know me and Brandon are just fresh off the seminar trail. We were at Minnesota chapter GPUC yesterday doing a session, and we had a fabulous turnout there. But today we're talking GPUC and GPUC 2019. How can it be November already, Brandon? Can you believe it? Here we are back again at GPUC. And every year, guys, I will tell you, when we finish GPUC, the last thing my team does before they go and have their celebratory lunch is they pick the date with Scott, fabulous Scott from Microsoft, on when our days will be for the next year. And it always seems like, oh, we have so much time, but here we are again. Next week is fast approaching, Brandon. Are we ready?
We are ready.
Wow. Well, I know that our marketing team has done a fabulous job on getting a lot of goods ready to go. Not only do we have some really fun things that attendees will get when they come, right? But they've done a great job on helping us with things like the app that users will use every day to guide them through the process. So, Brandon, should we just kick this off and see what we got here? Let's see if mine decides it likes us here today. Oh, there's me and you, Brandon.
Oh,
okay.
Perfect.
I know. I had a good title slide in there.
Yep.
Okay. So I wanted to talk some GPUC Essentials and what people really need to do when they come. Number one, they're coming to campus, right? So the Fargo campus. Anybody that has any issues or worries about where to go, how to get there, let us know. We can help with that, or how to get to your hotel, any logistical information, let us know. Okay. But GPUC Essentials, if you've got a laptop, a notebook, tablet, anything that you like, right, that you want to bring with you, that you're comfortable using, we're at campus. You will not only have Wi-Fi, you will have every tabletop is equipped with plugins and that kind of thing. So you're not like having to drag your extension cord across the room to get power, but whatever you like to be comfortable, okay? I will tell you, we're at Microsoft. It is fabulous for accommodations as far as being able, to have giant screens, be able to see well from wherever you're at in the rooms. But sometimes I would say maybe a sweater. Brandon laughs at me because usually I'm carrying 2 or 3 sweaters around with me and still hot.
Still cold, you mean?
No, I mean hot.
Yeah.
As I carry my 3 sweaters around because I'm worried I'm gonna be cold.
Yeah.
We'll be bringing our help desk. So guys, our help desk will be set up every day of the conference. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is GPUC full session, right? Full conference. Tuesday is the Key to Act day. So some of you that are not Key to Act or WenSoft probably are like, I haven't heard anything about that. And that's really okay, because Tuesday is that Key to Act day. But Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, the help desk will be there as the conference is on, and somebody will be working the help desk each day. So if you have some support items, if you've said, this thing, Brandon, the thing that really bugs you, that you're like, I need to fix the thing, start jotting some notes down now, because when you get there, you'll be like, oh, darn, I had 4 of those things in there on my desk, right? So bring some support issues if you have them. If you don't have them, perfect, right? That means we've done a good job all year long. Connection information. And Brandon, why I think that one's important, because if you don't know how to connect back to your server back home and you want to show somebody something, or have somebody at the help desk help you with something, and you're like, oh, I have that on my desk too, bring it along. Not that you have to do it, it's not a requirement, but there's sometimes that you might want, like, let's say, Brandon, last year, we had a ton of people that wanted deferred revenue and expense, and they wanted us to install it or check to see if they had it installed. So if we don't keep your connection information in our records here, you might just want to bring that one with, so that way if you want us to check something, like check that out, if our team has time while you're at conference, they will definitely help you get that installed, or any pieces that we can help with while we're there. Okay, Brandon, why do I put down ideas? Why is that one a big deal? Well, you guys are always looking for feedback and for products for the WS Tools gang, that all the development guys will be there. And sorry guys, I think I stumped Brandon with that last one. I didn't mean to. But we're always looking for feedback, ideas. Microsoft is there as well. They come in, they help us out with a lot of stuff. And I know Terry Healy always appreciates all of your feedback. And I will tell you, every time we are in Terry's session, the big thing that she's looking for is, what do we want out of those next products? And it's hard to be on the spot saying, oh, if this thing could only do this, right? I want payroll to be able to do this, this, or this, or HR to do this, this, or this, right? If we think about those now over these next just couple days, like Brandon, not like you got to take 3 days out of your schedule and try to write down every thought, but just kind of as you're thinking about it or using the product, right? So kind of keep those things in mind. Bring your business cards if you've got them. We've got a ton of sponsors coming, and sponsors, of course, always have lots of giveaways. Chelsea will be there with the camera set up. We may be doing some filming as well to get some commercial and some tidbit items for our marketing team. So if you want to be thinking about some fun things you want to do on camera, that would be great. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, the driver's license, just in case. Sometimes Microsoft gets picky about when you're parking in their lot and when you're entering their building. So I always tell people, bring your driver's license and your license plate number, because sometimes we get asked for that license plate number too. Okay. Now, Brandon, this next one's a tough one, because remember how Microsoft gives out that coupon and you get to buy so much, right? Mm-hmm. So if you haven't gotten a coupon from Microsoft this last year, is it like $200 they get to buy, right? You get to buy. And that means that they don't give you $200. You still take your $200 out of your checkbook or out of your wallet, but it allows you to go to the store and buy like cool gadgets, things that their employees get to buy at employee pricing.
Yeah, you basically get to buy items at the Microsoft employee price.
Fancy keyboards, fancy mice. Mm-hmm. I mean, mice in the good way. Different software packages. So let's say that your company might need a couple versions of Office or a couple versions of something, and you might be able to get them at employee pricing there. So that's why I tell people, think about those now, because when you get there, you'll be like me. Oh, what did we need? 4 keyboards, 5 keyboards, right? And use those. Those are great incentives. Christmas gifts, Brandon, we're always working on that Christmas list. Yep. Now, this next one is kind of dicey, because a coat for sure is like an absolute right now, because we are a little bit chilly outside. Okay, parking is usually wonderful at Microsoft, so it's not like you got to walk for blocks. Okay, if you're on one of the shuttles from the hotel, you'll be dropped right at the door and you'll be able to sneak right in. But I still would say coat, maybe mittens. Okay, and we haven't really checked that full forecast yet to see exactly what the wintry weather is going to look like. So boots are never a bad option either. Okay, warmth or, necessity. Brandon, what am I missing on my GPUC Essentials here?
Well, I think, the big thing for me when you come in here, as far as even ideas or even business cards, this is a great way to network with other GP users. And so even with ideas is coming with what challenges are you facing today? How are other people, using this particular module or doing this process? It's a great way to bounce off ideas and find solutions in ways to use the application or do that business process a little bit more seamless.
Great point, Brandon. You know, that networking component,
Mm-hmm.
definitely. We are looking at record attendance this year for GPUC, which our team is super excited about. At the same time, when you think about we're coming in to learn GP and learn more about GP and SQL and all the stuff around those products, but we're also bringing our BI specialists, CRM, our dev team is coming. So think about all the things that you might also want to say, oh, I want to learn more about Power BI. And you can say, we haven't done nothing. We know what the name is, but that's it. You are at a perfect place to do all of your learning, because remember, GPUC is about taking people from absolute beginning and moving them along. So you might say, I want to start at a basic class. I might want to jump into a middle class. I might want to be at some of the advanced classes. And just know that each of those classes you will get so much information out of, okay? So Brandon, I'm gonna try to advance my slide here again. Let's see how we do. Oh, so Brandon, we didn't even talk about bringing your phone, because you need your phone maybe, or a laptop, something with an app capability or an internet, right? So tomorrow, guys, you're all going to get an email, and the email is going to talk about how to get signed up for the app. Okay, so that's where you're going to see, you're going to go through, you're going to get this, and you're going to hit download the app on your phone, or if you want it on your laptop, because sometimes people want it on their laptop too, which is fine. You're going to go through this process, super easy. And then Brandon, I'm going to jump back to my machine, and I'm just going to show the app here for just a second. Okay. So give me a second while I do this, because you know I'm somewhat challenged today. You've seen it in action firsthand. Okay, here we go. There it is, Brandon. Can you believe it? I've got the app up for GPUC 2019. Chelsea, fabulous job on getting this all put together. We are so excited to have the app capability once again. And I am going to tell you guys, we're still making changes. Okay, we will be making changes. Chelsea's probably going to kill me, but we'll probably be making changes up to Sunday. Now, right now I'm logged in as me. But if you notice, you've got over on the sidebar, you have your schedule, any messages. So if Brandon's sending me a messages, or if he wants a meeting with me, he could set up an appointment, okay? I can see contacts. And depending upon when you set up your personal app, it's gonna say, do you wanna be public or private? Well, if Brandon decides to be public, then I would be able to see his information. But if he says, nope, I wanna be private, I don't want people to know my contact information, it will not appear here. Okay, so just so you know, that's very safe and very secure. Okay, same time you have a place for notes. Just so you guys know, you will be getting a notebook when you come to conference as well. So you know, us paper junkies, you know how we are, us accountants, we love our paper. You're going to be getting a notebook, and of course your backpack, because you can't go to a GPUC conference without getting your backpack. Okay. I'm going to go down a little bit, Brandon, if it's okay, and show more of the event guide at the bottom, okay? So you can see all of the good things here. So down at the bottom, I've got, of course, event info, okay? Just some information, forms. I know everybody's excited to get CPE and CPE credits, so make sure you get your CPE forms, okay? Agenda, wow, here we go, Brandon. This is really where we start to get into it. So Tuesday, the 19th, remember, that is Key to Act Day. So if you're a Key to Act, a WenSoft customer, that day is really critical for you. It's a pre-conference training day for our Key to Act folks. Coming in, majority of customers are going to be here on the 20th. They'll come in right away in the morning, kind of walk through a day in the life of GPUC, right, Brandon? But they'll come in the morning, and of course, breakfast, our welcome keynote. We'll start off. Microsoft will be on deck for the first hour plus, talking about new features, next releases. Each of these will get additional description information, so we're still putting information in. But now, as we go from the keynote to the breakout sessions, you're going to see, like here, Brandon, there's 3, 4, 5 sessions at 10:15. Users will be able to pick the breakout session they want to go to. So after the keynote's done, really until we get to closing, you will have the ability to pick and choose which rooms you want to be in. Okay, so like right away at 10:15, if you're a pretty beginning user, right, you could go to Simple Smart List, which is a great session, because you know what, Brandon, every time I go to Smart List, and even every time I train on Smart List, I learn 3 new things. Okay. Maybe you say, okay, I'm really good at smart lists. We use Salesforce, so I'm not going to go to GP and CRM. Then you could see you could hang out in the payment processing, because that's a great session with one of our amazing sponsors. Or, you know, there's year-end payroll with new W-4 changes. So lots of things to do on every session. And Brandon, we do that hour after hour. We give you a break between so you can figure out, okay, where am I going next? Okay. Same time, we'll have breakfast, we'll have lunch at the site each day for users. I believe they usually have water and pop and coffee set out. So no worries there. At the same time, at the end of Thursday, we have a social hour at the end of Thursday, right? Am I saying that right? And there's a couple different functions going on over at over lunchtime as well. So I think both QuickTag and DocuFace have additional lunchtime presentations. Okay, so just a little bit about the app. You're going to be able to get more information about the sponsors.
And Deb, just to kind of add a little bit too,
Sure, go ahead.
So all of those, I definitely kind of encourage you, especially when you have access to this app, which you'll get that invitation to tomorrow if you're registered. Go check out, start looking at those sessions and planning them out, because you'll actually see if you go back to the agenda, you can add it right to your schedule. So you can start building that out. You certainly don't have to.
So I know where I'm supposed to be at every point in time, which would be good for me, because you know usually I'm lost, so I'm trying to figure out where I'm supposed to be. So
absolutely,
I'm just hitting the plus button, right?
Yep, that's good. Right. And then so that'll be added to your schedule. Also, when you start getting into all of these, where there'll be more of a description about the session, but even the slides that the presenter will be using in there, so you can use that to reference, you know, take notes on those, things like that. So
very easy to work with. So if you notice here, I just double clicked and went back into the Key to Act Day welcome. Oh, I'm on the Key to Act Day, Brandon. I started right away on Tuesday.
Right.
But here I would be able to see that I've got a few different buttons that I could work with. So if I want to go ahead and bookmark that session, adding in information to my calendar, right? Or uploading photos. Brandon, am I able to upload photos? Oh, upload. I'm wondering maybe if I may be in a little bit different.
No, you can certainly do that, Deb, because you can. It's also a way to interact with other people, where you can share posts. It's kind of like a mini networking or social media specifically for the event.
Perfect. So, I love that part. And of course, you can see down at the bottom, I've got tons of things. I'm sure there's going to be a game for points, and Chelsea will be talking about that as we get into the first morning of the event. But being able really to have all of your conference information right here, it is a huge thing. Notifications up at the top to kind of have alerts, because I know there will be a lot of notifications. There will be a lot of, you know, different pieces that we want to put out each day of the conference for our end users. So Brandon, what do you think of this new GPUC 2019 app we've got going? A little bit different from last year, but
it's I mean, it's new and improved. We took a lot of feedback from how we used the app last year, what people liked, and ways to improve it. And so this is a great resource, especially with the most up-to-date information. If we happen to have to change a room or something like that, session, it's a good one-stop shop to get all of your material and plan out your agenda.
Perfect.
Right here.
I'm just going to jump back into our slide deck here, because I know we're down to a few minutes left. There, of course, will be, and don't mind my messy slide here, Brandon, but I know our marketing people are probably cringing right now. Don't cringe, Chelsea. So there still is going to be a trifold brochure for you. Okay, so if you're like, oh, I hate those apps and, I'm just never good at them, which I'm with you. If you need help, we'll have people ready at the registration desk to help you when you get there Wednesday morning if you need help getting the app downloaded, even just how to work with the app. So don't worry about that. We'll be there. Doors open at 8 every day, which is a little bit different. Okay. So you'll be able to get there, get your breakfast. If you need help, my whole team will be there to help everyone. But I like to show the trifold here. So you'll know if you're like me, I sometimes like just to circle what I'm going to go to and just be able to move things really quick and just, I'm going to have that paper trifold as well. Those will be there and ready for you as well. Of course, Brandon, we can't do this event without all of our amazing sponsors. And if you guys have not heard, okay, so Brandon, I'm just going to let this one out, is that Bob McAdam is going to be there and he's going to do 3 sessions, maybe 4, maybe 4. Yeah. We'll tell him on Sunday, right? Yeah. But Bob McAdam is going to be there. GPUC is sponsoring our event this year, and we are super excited to have Bob and his team there. Of course, he thinks his sessions are going to be more attended than mine, but we all know that won't be the case, right? Don't make me look bad, guys. Come on now. But Notice will be there. Key to Act, of course, is going to be there. Jeff and Brenda. E1 is doing above and beyond for us at this GPUC. They are doing, Nicole and her team are coming in doing multiple sessions, getting you guys all up to speed on their amazing products, and we are super excited. Avalara will be there, so it's sales tax questions, automating sales tax, green shades. Of course, you know what? We can't make it through year end without green shades, right? So, and quick tag DocuPaste, we just so much. Jay Manley will be there for McCorma, so I've got McCorma questions. Guys, we're in for a fun-filled time. Okay, so download the app. Like I said, don't look at anything on this slide deck because Chelsea will yell at me. This one is bad. It really is. Watch your email tomorrow, okay? And Brandon, WS Tools will be there. You're bringing the whole gang for tools,
of course,
right?
Yep.
You got a couple new sales guys. You're going to break into GPUC this year, right? You're going to get them talking about tools. You'll probably have a couple promos. You notice I didn't show your promos yet. They're over here hidden, that people will be able to add some tools at GPUC right at year end when you might have a few dollars to spend in that budget yet. So that's a good thing, right? And I think, Brandon, if I did my job right, look what I did. I added our brand new tool that customers, unless you were at Summit, got to see, which is our Customer and Vendor Inquiry Plus. We have fixed everything wrong with the transactions by customer and transactions by vendor. And Brandon, I know you're going to do a lot around this brand new tool, which is so incredible and so easy to run and use at GPUC. So if you guys see Brandon on this tool when you're at GPUC, and he will give it to you. I can't even disclose it's going to be so cheap, right, Brandon? He's going to yell at me if I tell it. So guys, we're excited to have you all come and hang out with us for a few days at campus. Brandon, any questions in the question pane?
No, there isn't, but what I could do is I could
do you want to open it up
to